This one automation has been responsible for booking nearly 20 calls in a single day for my agency. What I'm going to be walking you through here today is the only LinkedIn strategy you need to be able to sign clients for your agency. Now, most people, when they go onto LinkedIn, they just start sending random connection requests. They start DMing a bunch of people. They cross their fingers and they hope that someone is going to pay attention to them. That doesn't work. Now, what if I told you the companies you're targeting for your agency? What if I told you that they are actually going onto LinkedIn and that they are paying LinkedIn money to be able to hire people, to be able to post job listings around services that your agency actually provides? So, if you work with dentists like myself and you run Facebook ads or you help dentists bring in more patients like I do, why would I not go onto LinkedIn and be able to find the dentists that are paying LinkedIn money to actually advertise? And that's exactly what this automation is going to do for me. It's going to be able to find all of those dentists that are looking for people to help them with bringing in more patients or running their ads. It's going to apply to those jobs on my behalf, and it's actually going to reach out to the decision maker of that business. It's going to reach out directly to the CEO of that business with a personalized email. Now, if you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name's Saeed Kamali. I've signed well over 100 clients for my agency in the last 1 year. And all we talk about on this channel is the exact systems that I am using right now that I've already battle tested and proven to work to go and sign clients for my agency. If you want to explore the options of working with me one on one, where we will literally guarantee you sign 10 high ticket clients for your agency within the next 90 days, there is a link in the description below and in the pinned comment for you to apply. And if you're not going to do that, if you're not in a position to work directly with me one on one, and you just want access to a bunch of cool systems that I show you exactly like this, you can join my private community where I give away these systems plug and play so that you can launch them within 15 minutes. And if you're not going to do either one of those options and you're not going to put any kind of money in my pocket, the least you could do is join my free school community, because inside of there I post a ton of value, post a ton of gems, and I host monthly masterminds where you can jump in, ask me questions, stuff like that. Now, let's go ahead and break down this automation. For this all to come together, first we want to educate this system on exactly who we work with, what we do for them, and how we do it, which is the purpose of this document. I work with dentists as an example, and what I do for dentists is I bring them 5 new patients in 30 days. Right? How do I actually do this for them? Well, the way I do this for them is via Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, this document basically breaks down my entire offer in detail. How do we get them a result? What are our guarantees? What our services are? Everything. Now, the next thing we are going to do is go onto the LinkedIn platform and we are going to conduct a search. So, inside of my document, I explained to you guys that I work with dentists. When I am looking for dentists who are hiring, right, the specific types of roles that I am looking for are marketing. So, dentists that are hiring marketers into their company. Because if they're hiring marketers to come and work for them, that means they definitely want more business. And that means they're definitely ready to take on more patients, which is exactly what I'm looking for. These people are hiring for a role specifically that my services cover. Now, as you can see, I have over 100 results, and this is just in the United States alone. I've got pages and pages and pages worth of results. How much time do you think it would take you to manually go through all of these applications, apply to these applications, then go and find the actual CEO of these businesses, then go and actually reach out to the CEO of these businesses? How much time do you think that would take you? Days at least. And that's considering you're on your desktop 24/7, just smashing out applications. This automation is going to do all of that for us in the space of 5 minutes. Now, I use a tool called Apify, which allows me to access this LinkedIn job scraper, which is basically going to be able to take all of these different results, all of these different companies that are hiring for a marketing person. It's going to be able to take all these results, scrape these results, and essentially feed it into my system. All that I do is I basically take the link of this actual search that I have conducted. I go into my actual NAN automation and I'm just pasting out the link that I have searched in here. And what that allows this specific node to go off and do is search all of these different listings right here. Now, at this point, we have got a list of different companies that are hiring for these roles that relate to our service. We want to filter out any companies that do not meet our search. This GPT model is essentially helping us do exactly that. This GPT model is being fed all the information like the company name, the description of the role, all of that stuff. And occasionally, when you do your search, you're going to run into things like this. For example, a foot and ankle doctors, right? This is not the specific type of person that I am trying to work with. This doesn't match my niche. So the filter step inside the automation is designed to basically get rid of anyone that may have come up in our search results who do not meet our criteria. If they do not meet our criteria, they get removed from our process. The only people that remain in our process are people who actually meet our criteria based on the document that we have used to train our system. Okay, now at this point, if someone has actually made it through the filter step, they've been approved as a business that we can help, that we can work with, they then get sent to a second GPT model. And what this GPT model is doing is it is crafting the outreach message on our behalf. Now, GPT actually has access to all of the information about the job. It has access to the name of the company, it has access to the entire job description, it has access to all of that information. So on the right hand side, when it actually goes and creates the content for us, it is creating that content in line with what that company is looking for and also in line with what we have outlined inside of our document. It takes our offer, our service, and lines it up with what the company is looking for to create a personalized outreach message. And now the next four steps are about creating a document inside of our Google Drive. You can see that I actually have a whole Google folder inside of my Drive specifically dedicated to storing all of the applications that I am sending out. Each application that I send out gets saved as a Google document, and the name of the Google document is the role, right, that we have applied for, as well as the name of the company which we have applied for. Now, once we reach this point, I am using a tool called Any Mail Finder. Any Mail Finder is basically going to take the information around the company, it's going to take the company's website and be able to conduct a search to find out who the CEO is, who the decision maker is within that company. You can see on the right hand side, the output that I got is David's email, right? Who is the CEO of this company. Now, once I have his email, the next thing I'm going to do is obviously send him an email. And as you can see inside of my email, I sent David an email off, automated directly from this workflow. Now, if someone doesn't have an email, when you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of results on a daily basis, like myself, some people will come up with an error. You won't be able to find the email of every single company, and that's okay. If we can't, then they just get filtered out of the process. The only people that make it through to the next part of actually receiving an email are people that obviously have an email attached to them. Now, to stay on top of all of this, I use a Google Sheet. And this Google Sheet is basically staying on top of the actual LinkedIn job that we applied to. So, the link of that specific LinkedIn job, as well as the email that we send to that specific role. And this is just one of the many systems that I'm using within my agency right now to book a ton of appointments every single day. If you want access to working with me one on one, where we will help you sign 10 high ticket clients within the next 90 days for your agency, click the link in the description or the pinned comment. Or if you're not in a position to do that, you can just get access to all of these cool systems that I've showed you here today by joining my private community, which I'll also leave a link for inside of the description. And if you're not going to do either of those things, then join my free school community where a ton of value is going to be posted daily. I'll see you guys in the next one.